What's going on, people? It's Mr. back again with a preview show. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, it's a bit strange one. I'm doing it on Thursday today because, as we know, Forest play Blackpool on Saturday. But my guest here, he's in Nottingham tomorrow. So
I am. I'm in Nottingham tomorrow.
Before I do it today, and as well, the football Content Wars starts at 8. So make sure you watch that afterwards because I could win. So
you could well win it, Dore. Good evening, Dore. Anyway, I'll tell you what, it sounded a bit loud on that intro. City Ground's going to be deafening by the sound of things.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I've never been before, so it's the first time to go to City Ground. So.
But see what? If no one knows who this is, like I've been on this channel like 100 times, and this is the first time Lee Charles has been on my TV on this channel. But how are you doing?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing, Dore? Why have you been missing us out?
Oh, but yeah,
it's a pleasure to be on for the first time. Maybe the first, and there'll be many more times I come on and join you.
Yeah, so this is Lee Charles. He's a Blackpool fan. But before we do talk about the game, Lee, talk about your channel because, like I said, he's a Blackpool fan, and I've been on the channel so many times. But Lee, do a plug for your channel.
All right. Well, as Dora's already kind of let the cat out of the bag, we are Blackpool channel called Lee Charles TV, and we started this year because we got promoted into the Championship and we're back at football. And Jane, my partner, likes to go to, she goes to every single game. She never misses a game. She's one of those that just goes to every single game, home and away. So we are doing what's called a football tourist guide, a series of videos this season. So we're going to just about every game.
You come to Nottingham tomorrow, aren't you?
So we're coming. Yes, we're setting off at 6 a.m. in the morning. She's got a full day plan for us. I'm not going to tell you where we're going, but we've got some. It's going to be a great video. But I can kind of tell you a little bit about where we're going. I think we're doing the caves, and we're doing this museum. There's a museum there. But the idea of this football tourist guide was. Jane reviews beer, and she likes like real sort of beers, designer beers sort of thing, and she likes to review that. She likes to review food, and she reviews the football. So we've kind of combined the two things together. So she writes a blog, which is at www.janestewart.co.uk. I've got to say that, or else I'll be in trouble for not mentioning it. So she writes a blog, and then obviously the video is going together with it, and in the end that's going to form part of a book and everything else that we're doing. So we're going to do all 92 in the end. So this year we're doing the Championship. But one of the things I've found with football vlogging, and probably you're the same, is you do a match, say Saturday we'll do this game, and you'll put a vlog out, and then you're on to the next game and the next game and the next game, and those blogs then have just gone forever. They're gone forever. But these are going to be a sort of a reference. So say if some Bournemouth fans are thinking of doing a weekend in Nottingham, I will put the videos out to Bournemouth, before they play you, and say, this is what we got up to. These are the kind of things you can go. Obviously, Hooters are going to be in there.
Hooters as well.
So we're going to show people, a great, what a fantastic time you can have in Nottingham when you come to Nottingham and make a weekend of it, and hopefully get more away fans coming to visit, and and also for the people of Nottingham, they can see what we got up to in Nottingham. And we did one the other week for Hull, and Hull has a very bad reputation. People, really down.
They've got a decent pub.
It's fabulous. Hull is absolutely wonderful. And if you watch our video on that, you'll think, blimey, we went to a museum, a street life museum. We went in the Deep, which is it's the best aquarium I've ever been in. It's just unbelievable. There's even like a glass lift that goes up through the shark thing. So it's just, honestly, it's mind boggling. And it was built purposefully as an aquarium. It's solid concrete inside. It's it's a heck of a thing. We had a great time in Hull, so I'm sure we'll have a great time in Nottingham and do you proud.
So people, like I said, make sure you subscribe to Lee Charles TV. His link is below. So people, like I said, like he's like me, we go to every game. And like I say, it's just it's a fantasy channel as well. Like say you mentioned Jane as well. Jane does a blog as well. So as well, people go to the link below, subscribe to the channel, and there we go. But Lee, let's start.
That's the plug done. Yeah,
that's the plug done. Before we do Blackpool, like people know, remember the playoffs, and there's a comment from Dylan. Dylan Green. Blackburn still give us nightmares. I'll never forget the playoff semi-final. 11 years old, me still haven't fully recovering. Yeah, and if people remember that, it was absolutely. I was crying. I think I was in the main stand and that. But Blackpool coming back to Forest again. I think, yeah, it's just. Lee, as a football fan, like I said, it's been a horrible time for you lot. Like you was in
yes, it has. Yeah,
League One, League Two. Was it League Two as well? You was in League.
We went
Two.
all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, we went from the Premier League. We had a couple of years. We had when we came out the Premier League, we still had Holloway, and the following season we got back to Wembley again, and we lost against West Ham. And then we were sort of like riding high the following season. We were top of the league. We'd just beaten Leeds 5-0. We'd beaten Middlesbrough 6-0. And then they had a bit of there's something happened. I think there was a falling out over DJ Campbell, to be honest, because I think Holloway wanted him back and the Oysters wouldn't pay any money for it. And he left. And since then, it's just, it was just, a downhill spiral. And as the fans got to see how much money the Oysters were not putting in from all the Premier League, 96 million pounds that we got, it was all being like put into different companies and it's just hidden away. And we started a campaign against the Oysters. We used to go and we did some tennis balls at one time. We all took tennis balls and the Oysters.
Did you throw them? Did you throw a tennis ball?
Yeah, you could throw a tennis ball. You're allowed to throw a tennis ball on. It's not. But the Oysters came with tennis rackets. Just to kind of, it was really bad. So the fans decided to stop protesting and just do what we called the not a penny more, which meant we just boycotted completely. Yeah. So the attendances went down from around about 10,000 that they were right down to like 1,500. And we went to Wembley. We actually got promoted at Wembley out of Division League Two into League One. But we really wanted like nobody to go, but I think we took about 6,000, which was just, we didn't want anybody to go. We were boycotting it completely, it was heartbreaking. And the problem was it's like 5 years that we did this boycott and, we didn't go to watch football. My youngest at the time was like 9. And then the next time I took him back to football, he was 14. So he changed from being a little boy that was talking about the mascot, Bloomfield Bear, and asking me all questions about what does he eat and, where does he live and how does he tie his shoelaces and all these sort of things that he'd be asking me at 8 or 9 years old. So when I took him back, it was like sitting with he's been at academies and all that sort of stuff. And he's talking football and all the rest of it. I'm thinking, blimey, he's not talking about Bloomfield Bear anymore. But, I missed those years when they were younger, both of them. And it's just a shame, the elder one was a little bit older, but still we didn't go to football. And it's really hard, to have missed those years. And many Blackpool fans are actually, probably would have taken going into the, just completely starting again as a non-league club and having those years with the children rather than missing those 5 years. And we wouldn't be, we'd be getting close to getting back in the league by now. But anyway, it's all turned out well in the end. We've got rid of the Oysters. It wasn't just our protest that got rid of the Oysters. They also they had a minority shareholder called Valerie Bellicon who came in, and he really got us into the Premier League. When he came in, he built the South Stand. He bought Charlie Adam, if you remember him.
Yeah. Forest wanted him. And you lot got him on a cheap.
Yeah, we did. But when he came, Bellicon, he kind of came in a blaze of glory. He's doing all this sort of stuff. And he said, I'm going to get you in the Premier League in 5 years, and I was like, you're having a laugh, pal. There's not a chance of getting us in the Premier League. We've been like down in the bottom 2 divisions for like 30 years. It's just not going to happen, buddy. But he got us promoted, and he actually did it in 4 years. But when they got into the Premier League, the Oysters just like froze him completely out. So he didn't get any of the money, even though he'd like helped get them in. They froze him out, and in the end he took them to court, and he actually won 34 point something million in compensation. So that was the thing that really triggered them going. They had to sell the club to pay off this debt and everything else. And we've got a new owner now called Simon Sadler, who has been a Blackpool fan since a young boy, and he's not a multi-billionaire, but he manages like a £1 billion hedge fund. So I don't quite know how all that works, but he's got money and he's got ambition. And he did say to us when he came in, he would get us back in. They had a 2-year plan to get us back in the Championship, and they've done that. So that's pretty good. And we got this new manager called Neil Critchley, who we had.
I was about to say, man, I was about to ask you about that. So yeah, talk about league.
Yeah, sure, okay, yeah, you can ask me about that. So that's where we are as fans. We're kind of, to be honest, most Blackpool fans are just actually happy to be watching football. So it's all just a bonus, you know what I mean? I'd be watching them if they're still in League One or League Two, you know what I mean? Because we just had no football to watch. So the fact that we're back in the Championship is quite mind blowing, really. From where they took us, because the last time we went down from like Division 2. It took us 30 years to get back into the Championship. It was like a 30-year thing where we had to apply for re-election and all that sort of thing, years and years ago. So to get back into the Championship just this quickly, which is like, it's taken 6 years actually from what the Oystons did. But I feel as if I'm kind of back at square one. That everything's been sort of eradicated now from what happened with the Oystons, because that 6 years now we're back into the Championship, which is where we were when all this started. So we're kind of back to where we should be, and we're very happy to be in the Championship. It's great.
So now you're back in the Championship, and after, like I said, a long time out now, you made a decent start. Like, I really thought like you got decent. I'm gonna mention Joe Yates, like he's a good striker for you, but you've made a good start, haven't you, for the season?
Now we have, if you'd have talked to me probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'd have been saying no, we're going down, because we had that look of things were going against us that weren't fair. When you're down at the bottom of the league, a lot of like refereeing decisions seem to go against you. Offside goals, handball goals, all these kind of things, players getting sent off. I thought, we're going to really struggle. And we got we beat Fulham at home.
Yeah.
And then the game after that, we got smashed by Huddersfield 3-0 in the second half, where we were doing quite well up until half time and looked like we were going to win, but we got beat 3-0. And that seems, from that moment, we just see it's almost like the kick up the backside they needed. And from there, over the next 4 games, then we've got 10 points out of 12, but we should have actually got all 12, because we were, we're 1-0 up away at Hull with just 5 minutes to go, and they'd had a man sent off. They were down to 10 men, and they got an equaliser because we were kind of pushing for a second goal, and they caught us on the break. But really, it was ridiculous. We should have won that game, and that would have been 12 out of 12. But before those 4, I would have definitely taken 10 points out of 12. So we are actually coming into a bit of form. We're playing better, some of the best football. In fact, the first half against Blackburn Rovers, I would say that's the best half of football I've seen from a Blackpool team since Ian Holloway. It was literally that good. But second half, they came back at us, and it was a bit like the Alamo, and it was getting very stressful. And they were throwing everything at us, and of course we lost 3 players in that game. Not because Blackburn were horrible or rough or anything. It's just Lavery did his hamstring in, so he's not going to be playing, unfortunately, and he's been fantastic. And then Chris Maxwell, who's the goalkeeper and also the captain, nobody was touching him. He just like went down to get a ball, and it kind of spilled out, and he leapt forward, and he's done something to his thigh. So he got taken off, and of course also Richard Keogh got taken off at time. Well, he's an odd one, isn't he? He's a really odd one, because
if people know what Lee just said, right, it's Richard Keogh, next Derby player. But to be honest, right, you pay for Derby, but
just one second, door, because my battery's going on this computer. I've not realised I've not plugged it in. Just one second.
So this is what happens when it goes to Blackpool. By leads us that people comment below. What is your predictions for Saturday's game? But it's going to be a tough game. But
sorry about that. It just
came fine. I'm just saying, Lee, why you do that, Lee? People in the comments, what do you think the predictions will be for Saturday's game? Lee, next question. I'm going to talk about ex-Nottingham Forest player Jordan Gabriel. And this is funny, right? I said to Lee before the season started, Jordan Gabriel will come to Blackpool.
You did.
And now look at him. He's at Jordan Gabriel. So since he's been at Blackpool, has he done anything good for you lot?
Well, it's a strange one, really, because we didn't have a right back, and we needed a right back all summer, all through pre-season, and we were crying out for a right back. And the season started, and we still didn't have a right back. And it was rumoured that Gabriel was coming, and it was like Forest were, wanting too much money, and we weren't going to get him.
Yeah.
And every Blackpool fan was wanting Gabriel to come, and it just didn't happen. And then when he did sign, and he did an interview with our TV channel, and he was like so happy to be here because he loved it, here. And his daughter, his young daughter, was singing seaside songs at Nottingham Forest. We said you can't sing that here, because she got used to singing the Blackpool songs. And we signed him, but then we signed another right back from Chelsea, who. So Gabriel's not been getting in because of this other lad. So after all that time, we wanted him. He's played one game and looked great, but then there was a reason why he couldn't play. I don't know whether there was a COVID thing or he couldn't play, and the other lads got in, and now he can't get in. So we've not seen much of him, but I really rate him. I think he's a great right back. But so's this lad from Chelsea as well. This Dijon Sterling, he's called.
Good player. He's a player, he is.
Yeah, honestly, he's a great player. So we've got now, from having no right backs, we've got 2 right backs, and
Lee, we've got 7 right backs. So that's just we've got 7 right backs. So if
we didn't have that many.
Oh, we've got so many. We've got more right backs than strikers. So it's what it is. But people, if you want to the channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you know. Like to comment below, people, of what is your score prediction.
Seeing them all coming. There's a lot of confidence in your stream there. They're all 5-0, is it? You're not used to being
right. I'm looking at the comments. People saying 2-1 to Ryan Dobell.
Yeah, that's Ryan. There's
5-0. Well, bloody hell.
Yeah. 5-0.
There's 2-1 as well. Well, there's 3 more questions after Lee. But like I said, it's a massive getting. But are you confident you stay up this season?
At the start of the season, I joked that I fancied a double promotion, to be honest. That's what I fancied. But I think most Blackpool fans would, be happy if we just stay in the league and don't. I'll be disappointed if we don't finish in the top half.
What?
I will. I think we should finish in the top half. I do. I'm feeling that good about it. I know we're the bookies' favourites to go straight back down. We were the bookies' favourites, but I will be disappointed if we don't finish above that line. If we could just finish above the halfway.
Do you think you finish above Forest?
That's well, I would have done with Houghton. It's all changed a bit, hasn't it? I know you're a lot.
Just a little bit. You're
a lot happier now, Forest fans, and I'm not expecting this to be an easy game. And I think it should be a really good game because Critchley, he's come from Liverpool Academy and he likes to play that sort of, pressing, attacking football. And I do believe that, your new manager, Steve Cooper, is it? He also likes to play more attacking football. So it should be a great game. I can't see, it's for a neutral, it should be great. And that's what I'm expecting. Blackpool won't park the bus, I can assure you, but we do tend to park the bus in the last 10 minutes. If we seem to go into panic mode, I don't know why, but the last 10 minutes were a nightmare. But other than that, we're pretty good. But again, I don't know what teams we're going to be playing because, Maxwell's not going to be in. So the goal is changed. And I know you kind of want to mention Keogh because he was Derby County.
Right. I can tell you right now, he's going to get absolutely hammered.
If he's playing, because
if he's playing, actually, I know he is.
He was actually getting pelters from Blackpool fans at the start of the season, because he looked a lot older than the rest of the team. So he kind of looked a bit really like a granddad, to be honest, compared to the young boys. And he didn't seem so fast. He was getting quite a lot of stick. But for some unknown reason, the very vocal part of the Blackpool crowd, the ones that stand on the north stand and all that, they are really behind him. So everything he does, any touch he makes, they're cheering his name on, and it's kind of transformed him a little bit from looking poor to looking like this super goddess. And I don't know, it's just like they've just given him so much confidence, and he was looking really good. He's getting tackles in, blocks in, everything, but he doesn't have a great amount of pace. That's his only thing with him. He's a little bit slow, isn't he? So he can be taken, but you don't always need pace as a centre half as long as you can read the game well. But I don't know if he'll be playing or not, to be honest.
I'll ask one more question, Lee. People in the comments as well. I said, if you what's your predictions for score? I'm going to ask Lee your score prediction for Saturday. I know it's a bit early, but what's your score prediction now?
I've got to go with Blackpool Door.
You've got to do it now.
I predicted 3-1 on my introduction to my video, so I just feel we're on fire at the moment. But I'm I'd be happy with the draw, if I'm being honest. Just if it was a few weeks ago, I'd be thinking, yeah, you know, Dore, because I've heard what you've been saying on, you know, we've been on that channel together, you know, doing the reviews, and you've been just so unhappy. And it looked like Forest couldn't score. Well, we didn't seem to attack. I think that was the thing, wasn't it? You couldn't believe there was like no attack, no attack. So now you're scoring goals. So, but I'm going to go for Blackpool 3-1. I know you're going to ask me about Critchley. I kind of talked about it. Critchley, just very quickly, he sort of, there was lots of managers being linked to Blackpool. You know, we got rid of Simon Grayson, and all these names were being thrown about, you know, and the bookies who's the favourites and all that, and none of them wanted to come. And it was never any mention of Neil Critchley, never heard of him.
Yeah,
and he just came completely out of left field. And a lot of fans at the start were like, well, he's only been an academy coach, you know, can he do it in the league? And then last season, you know, we started off poorly in League One, and fans were, you know, Critchley out and all that. And he's one of these kind of managers that just always want, you know, he's constantly writing things down, trying to improve things, trying to, you know, and he's got the top coaching badges, you know, he's got the top coaching badges you can have in the world. So you could just slowly see that he was coaching the team to play a certain way, and we were things started turning around. Then we went on just an amazing run. And it started again this season, very much almost like a mirror of last season, where we started off really like badly and things have gone wrong, and fans are again a little bit Critchley out. But honestly, it's all changed here. So, you know, the people are behind him now. So I actually think he will be a future England manager. You know, I think he's yeah, I do. Not now, but I think as time goes on, I think he will become an England manager. Yeah, because he's just from that. You know, like Brian Clough just never. You know, they never give it him, would they? And they should have done. You know, I'm talking to every Forest fan, every football fan probably in the country would say that Brian Clough should have been England manager. And you know, the trouble they had with the Leeds manager, Ron. Who's the
what's his name?
The one he hated.
Everyone hated him. People in the comments.
Post in the comments. What was the Leeds
what was his name?
called?
You got me going now. People in the comments before we do. Right,
but he just wasn't. Brian Clough wasn't from the sort of the right. You know, to be an England manager, they like those sort of proper boys that have come. You know, those.
Someone knows in the comments.
But Brian.
Someone knows in the comments.
Brian Clough should.
Ron something.
Ron Atkinson was it?
No, Ron. Oh, you got to be going now. What's the what? Leeds manager. Right, we'll think about it. Right.
So I think Critchley is more that kind of manager that they would like because of his coaching badges and the fact he's been through, you know, all that sort of thing. I just think, as you know, if he ever gets a Premier League club or whatever, they'll be looking at him as a future England manager, and he is something a bit special. I think he's good enough to be. But you know, I always think it's a shame Brian Clough wasn't. You know, my dad loved Brian Clough, and well, everybody did at the time, and the whole nation wanted him to be England manager, didn't they? So it's a shame he never got it. But I'll be glad to see the statue, and I'll be filming the statue as well. I'm looking forward to that.
I was just about to say, like Lee, he is going to the game on Saturday as well, and no, it's not right. It's not Ron Atkinson. It's not Ron Atkinson. It's Don Govey. Don Govey. That's his name. Don
Revie.
Don Revie. That's it.
Don Revie, yes.
That's the word. Don Revie.
Yes.
Well, you said Don Revie. That's the word.
Yeah. Don Revie. Yeah. I mean, they hated him, didn't they? They hated each other. There was that thing, wasn't there? Was it on Parkinson where they had a big row or something?
Thank you very much, Adam, for that.
Don Revie. Yes.
But like I said, Lee is going to the game on Saturday, and if anyone sees him, please go on his channel on Chasing Love. I know if you do meet me, Lee, I'll get as much Forest fans as possible.
Yeah, we'll definitely meet tomorrow. We're definitely going to meet up tomorrow, aren't we? Sometime.
Yeah, we'll definitely meet
Saturday morning before the game or whenever. We're going to be there. We're doing most of the things tomorrow, and I've got a pretty. Like a free morning, really, and Saturday morning, you know, we can do whatever. So if you want to meet up or whatever,
100%.
Take us to Hooters.
If you're taking me to Hooters, you're paying. That's the deal with all the Wave fans. Like I've had enough of these Wave fans. They want to take me to Hooters, but they're not paying. So
okay, we'll pay you to go to Hooters.
I don't go Hooters because all women's just so. Yeah, whatever. You know how lads go on. But yeah, people, let's say if anyone sees Lee, please go up to him. And he's free. And like his partner as well, Jane. She's a massive Blackpool fan as well. Yeah. And before we do go, like there's 29 people in, and like people, if you don't know, this is Lee Charles. He's a Blackpool fan. He's like he does more work than I do. So please do hit the subscribe button. The link is below. If you are on the YouTube channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe. But Lee, it's going to be weird because it's going to be the first time. But if people doesn't know, me and Lee spoke. When's the first time we ever met, Lee?
Well, we both were in the Football Content Awards, weren't we?
Even before that.
It probably was early on, wasn't it? And then we did a show together, which was the Football Vloggers podcast, which is still on ice at the moment a little bit. And we've not got back to that, but we did that for a while together, and we've known each other. We've become friends, haven't we, for a while? So it's, but we've never actually played each other. So
exactly. So it's weird.
Normally, I kind of didn't know. I wouldn't have known anybody from Nottingham Forest. So it wouldn't have mattered so much. Like obviously, I play Fleetwood and Ben from Cold Vlogs. It kind of, although Fleetwood was not a derby, I didn't want to lose to Ben. I just didn't want to lose to him because I wanted Blackpool to beat Fleetwood. I thought I can't live it up and it's the same with you now. It wouldn't have mattered before, Forest. I wouldn't have known anybody, but I know I'm going to get tons of stick if we lose. So,
before we do go, people, like I said, I've got tons of messages. Messages are still coming in. I'm not.
Okay.
Has
anybody got any questions? Is there any questions?
No, but because all it is, I'm not at the Football Content Wars. Like me and Lee was in last year, and I've been up for nomination. But I couldn't go because I've started a new job, so I sadly couldn't go. But people just sending me messages saying, "Where are you, bloody blah?"
They wanted me to be a blooming judge and snub my channel, which. Although to be fair, it was a little bit my own fault because I forgot all about it, and we only did something on the last day to try and get people to vote for us. I forgot. I just totally forgot. I don't know. It just bypassed my mind, so I didn't get the votes to get in. So I was a bit annoyed. And
it's late. Who cares? We've already won anyway. That's the main thing. We've won the channel. But people, like I said, I don't know what time it starts. It starts at 8:15. I think that's what.
Is it on YouTube? What's it on YouTube?
It's on Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter.
Okay. I'm not going to win because I've got the toughest.
You're up against Thogden, aren't you? I think he's got about 750,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm up against.
So if they all vote for him, if they all give him one vote, you haven't got a prayer, have you? Really?
Exactly. I'm up against Chris Cowley. He's a Spurs as well. I'm up against Nappers as well, and Gogsley. So I'm up against them lot as well. So it's going to be difficult for me. But people, if you want to watch it. At least my name's out there.
I would have been in the same group as your Talk Forest TV, actually, to be honest. That was the group.
Dan the Man's there, people. Dan the Man is there.
Is he there?
Dan the Man is there. Yeah, I have spoke to him on FaceTime, so he is there. I said to him, go and enjoy it. That's all you got to do. Go enjoy it and have fun. And because I'm just cheesed off because someone just said to me, Troops is there. I love Troops. And he's there. And I'm cheesed off. So
you would have met him.
I would have met him, but it is what it is. I can't do it. I'll meet him in the future. But Lee, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise. It's been great.
Thank you very much for coming on the channel. Like I said, people, please subscribe to Lee. His channel.
Sure it's all there behind.
It's all there, people. It's all there.
TV. It's on the screens behind.
His link is below, so make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Lee,
we really appreciate it. Honestly, we're trying to get to. I'm on the road to 4,000, but it seems to be like it's like going so slow. You know what I mean? It's like
Lee, trust me,
got to 3,500.
Right, listen, people. Oh yeah,
one or two with every video. So
if you are close, I'm close to 3,000. Is it 4,600? I think. So please do hit like button. I am road to 5K.
Make sure you get door to 5, and we just need to get to 4. It's
get me to 5K.
It's one of those things. I actually wanted to get 4,000 before the Preston game. That was my kind of goal. I wanted 4 before the Preston game, and that's a week. Saturday it's Preston at home, the big derby, the proper derby for Blackpool fans. Nothing matters really to us other than this derby. I mean, we can lose against Forest, but we just can't lose against Preston. It's like this. We've got to win. But I really wanted 4,000 subscribers by then. I don't think
it will come.
If you guys can help, that would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah. But also look out. I will be posting on the Forest boards and Facebook groups when we've done the football tourist guide. Yeah. You can see, the fun time we've had in Forest in Nottingham.
I will as well. When Lee does the vlog, I will put it on the Forest board so people can check out. But it's been a pleasure, Lee. Thank you very much for everyone.
Absolutely, it's been super. Well. The best team win, as they say.
And as well. But like I said, people, if you are new to my channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. And Lee, I will see you Saturday. And if you want, as well, last but not least, if you see Lee, go and talk to me. Don't be shy.
Come and talk to me. Yeah, I'm only human, as they say. I'm nothing special. I'll talk to people, no problem. It's a pleasure, and I know sometimes it's weird. You'll get the same thing. You get people coming up to you and talking to you as if they know.
I'm honoured. I'm honoured. I'm honoured when people come up to me.
But you don't always know who they are, but they know who you are. So
Exactly.
sometimes you have to tell us who you are, because we don't know. We don't know these people.
Exactly. Right, so people, I'm gonna let you go, but like I said before, go. Please do watch the Football Content Wars.
Come on, Dore, vote for him. Vote for Dore.
It's on Twitter. It's on Instagram. I'm in the toughest category, but it's just an honour to be.
You never know, Dore.
You never know.
Is this your third time?
Third time in a row now. So, but yeah, people, like I said,
third time lucky Dore.
And if it wasn't for you lot, people, I won't be in this. So, but it's a pleasure for the votes as well. But it's just like I am privileged for everyone watching. But like I said, people, after this, go to the Football Content Wars, show some love. Spam the comments, DoreOnTour as well when it comes on live as well. But it's been a pleasure, people.
And you put a lot of work into it, Dore, don't you? You put a lot of work into it.
Yeah,
and for anybody who's ever thinking of doing a football vlog, it's a lot of work, isn't it, Dore?
It's a lot of work.
It really is a lot more work than you ever think it is. But it's kind of a labour of love, isn't it?
Yeah.
When things are going well.
Right, let go, people.
What's a good one or not?
And please make sure you watch it. Up the Forest, and I'll see you soon, Lee.
Up the pool.